So Sonia, I'm glad you brought up the rehabilitation center's productivity. So the billion-dollar industry that is rehabilitation is actually a revolving door. It's manipulating the people who rely on them the most. Subpoint A, their success rates are unreliable. Drug addicts aren't wrong for not wanting to go to rehab in the first place. Subpoint 1, from a Harvard Medical School graduate, Lance Stokes, who is also an addiction expert and author. He says, I became the director of alcoholism treatment unit at Harvard's McLean Hospital. I probably treated a couple thousand people who have one addiction or another. Almost all residential treatment programs in the United States are 12-step based. So their effectiveness will depend entirely on whether the 12-step programs work, and the statistics for AA are not good. It's helpful for 5 to 10%, and that's not a good thing. That's 5 to 10% of people who are being helped by AA, and it's a lot better than 0%. But it shouldn't be thought of as a standard of treatment because it fails for most people, for the vast majority of people. Point 2. A Time writer, David Sheff, who almost lost his son to drug addiction, spoke to a former Secretary of Health, Education and Welfare, and who is the founder of the National Center of Addiction and Substance. He told Sheff, the therapeutic community claims a 30% success rate, but they only count people who complete the program. He also adds that the other 70 to 80% have dropped out by the 3 to 6 month marker. Sheff's own son spent 6 years breaking up treatment programs, 10 or 11 of them in all, both inpatient and outpatient. Point B, the government does not regulate the criteria to treat addicts and aspects of rehabilitation. Point 1, the 2012 Columbia University report on addiction medicine found that only 6 states required alcohol and substance abuse counselors to have at least a bachelor's degree, and only 1 state, Vermont, required a master's degree. 14 states had no license requirements whatsoever. Not even a GED or an introductory training course was necessary. And yet counselors are so often called on by the judicial system and both medical boards to give expert opinions on their clients' prospects for recovery, says Gabrielle Glazer, the irrationality of Alcoholics Anonymous. 2, there is no regulation on the real estate component. It can scale to any size, including a single-family residence, so your house, you can do this in your garage. There are over 10,000 sober living homes in Arizona alone. C, substance abusers don't have the means to pay for good treatment. Without insurance, says the Addiction Center, some inpatient rehabs may cost around $6,000 for a 30-day program. Well-known centers often cost up to $20,000 for a 30-day program. For those requiring 60 or 90-day programs, the average costs could range anywhere from $12,000 to $60,000. Now, Chris brings up a point that says minorities are more targeted in the criminalization. So, you know that minorities are more targeted, and that they are substance abusers also at the same rate, he says. How are they supposed to pay for these rehabilitation centers if they don't have the money to? And back to my Obama administration point.
You're out of time.
Okay.